Hi everybody, and thanks for watching. For this video I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to upgrade the PlayStation 4's hard drive from a 500GB to a Seagate 2TB model. So I'm going to try and keep the video as short as I possibly can, and I'm going to try and keep it as clear as I possibly can as well. So if you do have any questions or anything, please drop them in the comments section below, and let's do this. So before upgrading the hard disk drive of the PlayStation 4, it's probably highly advisable to go to PlayStation's website for all the latest information on this. So you can actually do this through the PlayStation 4 system itself. So if you go to Settings and go to User's Guide, then if you go to Support, then go to PlayStation 4 Help, and go all the way down to System and Hardware and click on Storage and Data. And here it brings up two sections: upgrade the PlayStation 4 hard disk drive and backup and restore the PlayStation 4 hard disk drive. So like I say, before you look at changing your hard disk drive in the PlayStation 4 for an upgrade, it would be highly advisable to actually read them sections there for all the latest information, just to make sure that you don't run into any problems further down the line. So before we get around to upgrading the hard disk drive of the PlayStation 4, there's a couple of tasks that we need to do first. Task number one is that we need to go to the trophies section. So if we click on that and press the options button on your joypad and synchronize all of the trophy information with the PlayStation Network, this just makes sure that all the trophy information is bang up to date and accurate. So if we do that now, so very simple and straightforward, and then we will move on to the next task. So after we've synchronized all of the trophy information with the PlayStation servers, the next task that we need to do is to back up all of the information on the PlayStation 4. So we need to go to Settings, we need to go to, where are we, System, and then go to Backup and Restore. So backup PlayStation 4, backup applications and data to a USB storage device. Now I've currently got a USB 2.0 64GB thumb drive in my PlayStation 4 at the moment, so we're going to click on that. Then after a brief period we get this screen. The following data will be backed up, so we've got captures, save data, settings and applications. And it says free space after backing up 0 kilobytes. There is not enough free space on the USB storage device. To solve this problem, what we need to do is uncheck the applications, because basically that's just all the games that are stored on the hard disk drive at the moment. Now I've got the game discs, and anything that's downloadable I can just re-download that from PlayStation Network anyway. So it brings the whole size of the file down from, say, 280GB down to roughly about 3GB. So the actual speed of the save file is going to be a lot quicker as well, especially with my USB 2.0 thumb drive. If you've got a USB 3.0, it's going to be a lot quicker. So let's click on Next. So it says the PlayStation 4 will restart, and then the items you selected will be backed up to the USB storage device. So it gives it a name, tells you the size of the file, and also it gives it a brief description. So when you are happy with that, if you click Backup, it will back up all the relevant information to your thumb drive, and the PlayStation 4 will restart. So we're going to take this information from the backup, and then when we've put in the new hard drive into the PlayStation 4, we will use that same information to reinstall it onto the new hard drive to bring the whole PlayStation 4 system back up to its original state. So I hope that has been useful, so we will crack on and move on to the next process. Right, so with us upgrading the PlayStation 4's hard drive, one very important thing that we need to do is to actually download the system software from the PlayStation website. It's best to do this through a PC, because then you'll be able to download the software either onto your hard drive on your PC or straight onto your thumb drive. But I'm actually going to show you how to navigate to this through the PlayStation 4's User's Guide. So if you go into Settings and click on User's Guide, and then click on Support. Then go to PlayStation 4 Help. Then scroll down to Storage and Data. Then go to Upgrade PlayStation 4's hard disk drive. Then if we scroll all the way down, we need to go to Install the system software. After the hard disk drive has been replaced, the system software must be reinstalled. Using a computer, save a system software update file for reinstallation to a USB storage device. 1 GB worth of free space is required. So we're going to click on that link. And then we come to the System Software Update 3.50 page. So don't click on that link just there. What we need to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you will see an option down at the bottom, perform a new installation of the system software. So if we click on that, and then it will just give you some more details just down at the bottom. This procedure is for initializing your PlayStation 4 system and performing a new installation of the system software, such as for when you replace the hard disk drive. So we just scroll down very slightly, and obviously it's very important to read this little bit of article here, but we actually retrieve the file from the Download Now option. So if you click on that, it will take you to the option to download the file onto your PC's hard drive or your thumb drive. So now we move on to the next step. So, okay, I know it's stating the obvious, but let's go through the equipment that is needed first to swap over the hard disk drive in the PlayStation 4. So first things first, we actually need the console. We have our Seagate 2TB expansion portable hard drive, which is just there. We have a selection of prying tools so we can crack this bad boy open, trying to do as little damage to the case as possible. And also we have our USB 2.0 thumb drive. Now on the thumb drive, we have my saved game data backup and also the system software 3.50 update on it too. I'll actually pop them up on the screen now so you know what the files look like. And we will crack on and open up this bad boy. So on to the next step. Right, to crack this bad boy open, we're going to take our selection of prying tools, which is just there. And what we're going to do is we are actually going to go, as you can see I've already made a start there, crack open that seam to get to the hard disk drive inside. So I'm not going to do that on film because it's rather tedious and rather boring. So I'm going to skip straight ahead and come back to you again once the actual case has been cracked open. So I've just cracked the case open. It's literally taken me a couple of minutes. So we'll just take the lid off and have a look inside. So as you can see, we've got the anchor points just inside. I'll show you a little bit of damage to one side, but nothing major. It will clip back on again. So we've got to the inside of the hard drive now. So what we have is the hard drive covered in foil. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. So what we have here is just a little screwdriver, and we're going to dig into this little section here just to prise the hard drive up, and hopefully, all being well, it should just pop out. So we're taking it from this end because the adapter is just down this end, so we can just lift up this bit here and hopefully it should just pull out like so. So I'll just put that to one side. Obviously there's the hard drive, 2 TB. If there's any more information on there we can have a look at. So anyway, yeah, so what we need to do next is remove the foil like so. Just put it over the adapter and we'll just tear that off, and again we'll put that to one side. And we'll just take this adapter off here as well. That should just pull off very gently. Should just pull off very gently. Let's have a look. Yeah, just gently ease it off. And there we have it. So that's the external hard drive removed from the case. All we need to do now is remove the hard drive from the PlayStation 4 and insert the new one. So again, we'll be back in just a second. Right, so for this step, what we're going to do is actually remove the old hard disk drive that's within the PlayStation 4 and replace it with the new one. So it's very simple and straightforward. All we have to do first is just remove the side panel. Just apply gentle pressure and it should just push off. And then inside the actual PlayStation, you have a little screw just there. So take your Phillips screwdriver just to undo the screw, going anti-clockwise. That should just about do it. I'll just plug that to one side. And then the caddy should just pull out. And then you have two screws on each side. So we're just going to go ahead and remove them very, very quickly. Brilliant. So then the hard disk drive just slides out. So then we're going to go ahead and take our new hard disk drive. You might find, with it being a new one, you might find some screws that are still within the side of the hard disk drive. So you'll need to go ahead and remove them. Once you've done that, we can place the new hard disk drive in the caddy and take the screws and just gently try and line them up with the holes of the hard disk drive. So they might not be absolutely flush on, so you might have to play around with it a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and screw them in. And jobs are good in. So now that it's actually secure in the caddy, we can go ahead and insert that into the PlayStation 4. And then that's a nice firm fit. And then we'll screw the PlayStation screw back in, making sure not to cross the threads. And we get a nice secure fit, don't over tighten it, no need to. And now we can go ahead and replace the side panel of the PlayStation 4. And it's a little bit fiddly. And that's all we need to do for that step, simple and straightforward, and we'll move on to the next stage. Right, now that we've inserted our PlayStation 4 hard drive into the system itself, what we need to do is to hook the PlayStation 4 back up to the power supply, the HDMI cable, and turn it on. But now, when we turn it on, we need to press the power button and hold the power button down for 7 seconds so we boot straight into safe mode. So we're going to do that now. You should hear 2 beeps, the first beep and then another beep. There we go, that's the second beep. So the PlayStation 4 now should boot up into safe mode. So just give it a little bit of time. So after a brief period, we boot up into safe mode and it says connect the DualShock 4 using the USB cable and then press the PlayStation button on the PlayStation joypad. So we're going to do that now. And then we've got 7 options. So before we do this, please make sure that the USB thumb drive is inserted into the PlayStation 4 system itself with the installation, the system software update on it. And then we will go to option 7 and press the X button. And then it says connect a USB storage device that contains an update file for reinstallation for version 3.50 or later. Now we're doing a full installation, so the update file should be around about 840 megabytes, I think it is, roughly around about there for the version 3.5. So if it's anything less, you probably got the wrong file. So make sure the actual file is around about the 840 megabyte mark. So we're going to press OK. So then after a minute or two, we come to a new screen. It says the PlayStation 4 will be initialized. All users and all data will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? Now, there's absolutely nothing on the hard drive at all, so it's pretty safe to continue. So I'm going to click yes. And the update starts. Like I said before, if you have a USB 3.0 thumb drive, the fresh installation shouldn't really take that long at all. But because mine's a USB 2.0, it's going to take a little bit longer than it would if it was a USB 3.0. But it seems to be going fairly quick as it stands. And like I said earlier as well, I've got both my backup file and the system software file on the same USB thumb drive. So here we go, preparing to update system software. So yeah, I've got both files on the same thumb drive, so it's not necessary to put the two files on separate thumb drives. Some people might recommend it, but I've actually got both files on the same thumb drive, so it should be okay. Just waiting for it to update. Stuck on 99%. It's always that last 1% that takes the longest. And there we go. So we're now on to the system software update screen. So I've got a feeling this is going to take probably another minute or two, but I'll just let it run. So installing update file. Do not turn off the PlayStation 4 during installation. When the installation is complete, the PlayStation 4 will restart automatically. So it looks like this is going to take a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip right to the end and we'll continue the video from there. So now we're coming to the last 5% of the update. So we're just about getting there. So that's 100%. And the system is going to shut down and restart. So I'll just leave the video running. So we have the PlayStation splash screen. So here we go. It looks like everything's good. Sony Interactive Entertainment. And connect the DualShock 4 wireless controller. So blah, blah, blah. We're going to press the button on there again. And it looks like we're in. So if we go to English United Kingdom. So we'll click on that. Let's start sending it with your PlayStation 4. So this is brilliant. So not worried about that. Yeah, we'll go on that. So that looks pretty good to me. Next, so set the PlayStation, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to do any of that because what we are going to do for the next step is actually reinstall the backup data. So all this will be brought back up to scratch when we do that anyway. So we'll click on next. We'll accept that. Set up your PlayStation 4 is complete. So here we go, start now. And boom, we're in. So that's it for the reinstallation of the system software. So just to let's go to settings, and we will go to the application, the system storage management, and there we have it, 1.77 terabytes. So that's the installation of the 2 terabyte hard drive. So we're going to finish the video there and move on to the next step, and that is to reinstall all of the backup data. So I will catch you for the next step. So after we've reinstalled the system software, what we need to do next is actually go and reinstall the saved data that we did previously. So if we go to settings and go all the way down to system, and then we need to go to backup and restore, and restore PlayStation 4, restore the PS4 using backup data on a USB storage device. So we'll click on that. So we have our thumb drive in the PlayStation 4, and that is the actual file there. So we're going to choose that. So we'll press X. The system will be restored within the backup data you selected. When you start restoring, the PlayStation 4 will be initialized, and all users and all data will be deleted. After that, the PlayStation 4 will be restored using the backup data. So we'll click on X and crack on with that. The PlayStation 4 will be restored. After restoration starts, the PlayStation 4 will not return to the current state. Are you sure you want to continue? After you select yes, the PlayStation 4 will restart automatically, be initialized, and then be restored. If you cancel during restoration, the PlayStation 4 will still be initialized. So we're going to click on yes anyway. So again, after a brief period, it says preparing to restore. So do not turn off the PlayStation 4. When the restoration is complete, the PlayStation 4 will automatically restart. So this is ripping off the backup data from the USB thumb drive and reinstalling it onto the PlayStation 4 itself. So again, it looks like it's going to be a slightly time-consuming process, but it shouldn't take too long. And here we go. It goes up to basically an approximation of 4 minutes to actually reinstall the backup data. There we go, 3 minutes. So coming up to 10 seconds left. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's always the last bit. Always the last bit that takes longer. And the actual PlayStation 4 restarts again. So here we go onto the PlayStation splash screen again. Hopefully with the backup data reinstalled on the system. So we'll just wait for it to boot back up. Rebuilding database. This is looking very, very promising. So a little warning sign, and boom. So here we go. Let's turn the PlayStation controller back on again. So here we are. Let's just go to the settings. We'll go to System Storage Management. So there we go, 1.76 terabytes of free space. And we are also going to, let's have a look while we're here. Sign into PlayStation Network. So we'll go to the trophies section. So we'll pop in the password. And boom, there we have it. The trophies have now been synchronized with the PlayStation server and we are ready to go. So we're going to come out of there. So I've got a friend on there, all my trophies are there. We've got our new 1.76 terabytes of free storage in there and everything is absolutely superb. So it's been a bit of a process. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. I've tried to make the whole video as short and as clear as possible and as methodical as possible. So I really do hope it helps you out. If you have any questions or queries, please drop them in the comment section below. And also a thumbs up is always very much appreciated. So yeah, I really hope you take something away from this video. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.